and welcome back to City Skylines. We are back in Newfall, our modded City Skylines series, where I've actually laid out a street layout for this episode, and I've realised this bridge is too low. 1 minute. Tap up once. Will that do it? No. Oh dear, that's going to mess up my grading. This is a great intro to the episode. Welcome! Today we're making a big gridded area because we need residential expansion, and I also am fed up with being slow at expanding, and grids are so easy. They are so redonkulously easy. Let's take it to there. Pow. Perfect. So, grids plus European suburbia makes for a massive expansion. And I think we should get right into it. So, Tram Town. We're going to get into European suburbia. And first off, we are going to zone in a few grids of low residential, because it's a good start, isn't it? I mean, this road's a little lumpy because of the tram metro thing, but hey ho. Second thing we're going to do is, before you expand, you need public transport, so let's add our tram stops. Man, the fiasco of CS2's gone crazy. This whole pushing back console, pushing back up specs, required specs, recommended specs. I think that's plenty of tram stops, to be honest. I don't think you need very many when it's a tram. We could even get some bus services going, but I'm not sure it's entirely required. I think when we build our nature reserve, we'll get a bus that goes down this street through the industrial zone and that kind of thing. I'm not quite sure what I want to do with Myrtle Street. I might just hook it into here. It should be alright. Or maybe what I'll do is I'll hook it into there, downgrade that street to sure, why not, bus only, and then grab a two-way, one-way street. If we go back to streets, would it help? Oh, it probably would, actually. Yeah, I thought it might. Do we have a one-way option? No, we don't have a one-way filter. Why don't we have a one-way? Stop complaining. You don't know when that's from. Must be a bit stupid, man. Do I really need to search it up? Oh, you do have a... You silly... You were filtering two-way streets. This is an arrow. You that, like... incompetent. You fool. We'll get an arrow street. We'll take it out this way. First time I've ever wanted it to snap to being 4 meters high. That's crazy. And we'll snap it to about here. And then go to our highways. Get our slip ramp. Get that. Yeah. I'm not entirely sure why you would do that, but I think it will work. I don't care. So, we got a metro, and we're going to hook it in right now. Metro time. Best bit of the episode, honestly, the most thrilling bit of the episode. Metro. Pew. I will turn that station on in a minute. Excuse the fact it's a cross. That normally drives me nuts, but it's just the right asset to go here. It's like a revitalization of the industry. We'll go back here. One sec. Yeah. Sorry about that. I'll have to remember to make that cut. If I don't, that's going to ruin my retention, isn't it? I do not care, to be honest. Public transport. Yes, we just drew in a metro line. Yes. Let's grab the metro line. Yes. And change the metro type to, we're only going to want, a single 2 car. Do we have a 1 car? We do have a 1 car. Where's the 1 car? We're only going to need a single 1 car for now, I'm pretty confident. If that's not good enough, we'll upgrade it later. Let's get it shuttling backwards and forwards. I'm aware of these problems. I've had a look. I'm dealing with them. Where's the metro? Vehicles 1. Where's the vehicle? Take me to the vehicle. Stop pinging around. Here's the vehicle. Looks a bit silly going into that big station. It'll be fine. It's quite slow, isn't it? Anyway, alright. We're going to move on to placing some commercial. It's, I think Unicity, yeah, Unicity commercial. I think first of all, and we're going to do some Alt-V. What's it called? I'd also like some Art Deco. What's the Art Deco called? I'm so bad at this, right? These are individual names. Okay, well we'll just scroll along and find one. I think we want ice cream parlor here. In the centre of the town we want like the Art Deco assets. We'll be quite careful with plopping these. We'll plop down maybe 1 block and then we'll go into time lapse. I definitely want a supermarket. And we're going to have to place down a train station as well. I think I might do that over here. A bit away from city centre, but it happens, it's okay. I didn't want that to happen though. That was annoying. I lost my place. Definitely want a Fry Guys in the town centre. We'll have it facing there. What's this? Icebox. I'm not averse to it, but I don't think we need it, and I don't think it is a very sensible asset. Big Bite will plop out more towards kind of the end of town. Definitely want a Pennies, I think that's what it's called. No, Marketplace. Oh, I'm a bit bad at this, aren't I? Oh, we'll also want some offices. This is quite nice. What's this? Again, that's more of like a edge of town thing. Here. I think if we do some move it finagling, definitely. I can copy that backwards. We've got a lovely asset. That's brilliant. I really like that actually. Going for some. You know what, if we're doing that, actually we could get some Brooklyn and Queens in as well. You're going overboard. You should do this in a time lapse. Yeah, well I should, but I should. I'm going to save these for a different build. Otherwise I'll get carried away with terraces. Which wouldn't be necessarily a negative thing. Have a couple of these. That's not how I placed it. Silly game. There we go, that'll do. That's quite nice. I don't know if they'll struggle with the noise pollution, but it's fine, I'm sure they'll survive. Man, the weather. I forgot what asset, what thing it was that allowed you to turn off weather. Yeah, we don't normally play in the rain. It's quite nice, actually. The effects are, I know, I need to deal with this abandonment problem. It was no goods to sell, which is what I dealt with last episode, but I need to go around resetting my plopped buildings. That's the issue. It's not that my city is currently dying, it's that it died once, and I haven't fixed it. I actually really like it, kind of darker. Get back to what you're doing! So distractible. Is that a word? Distractible? Sounds like a word. Could be. Go back to this. That looks quite nice. Yeah, but I don't think it's for this spot, is it? Do we have one of these? No. I mean, I know it fits, but I'd rather have it there. That's kind of inconvenient, isn't it? Do we have this? No. Okay. One. We want it by one. 1 by 3. That'll do. Little new shop popping up. Let's go for 2. And I would like a one of these and then a one of these. It's good to mix up kind of your vibe. Those are wall-to-wall kind of style, so it works quite well. We'll go all. I just learnt that you could scroll on there, not have to select it, so I'm still getting used to it. Catfish Cafe we definitely want. Well, that's a good asset. I like that. Stop getting distracted and get plopping. To be fair, that was to do with plopping. Autosave. Come on. I don't know why my game's a bit jumpy, actually, to be honest, because it's not like I'm not running many assets at all. And the PC I'm using is pretty decent, you know. I've built up quite a nice town centre. Don't like the land value. We'll pause it then, and we'll come back and fix it. There's no car parking on this asset, so it should be good. Actually, I liked it more here. And that looks like it should have a little path. You know where paths are. You've played this. You've got 450 hours in this game. You can work out where the paths are. Right. Road guidelines. Turn off road guidelines. That's nice. I like that. Could even do something like that. Yeah, but you could just use surface painter. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. This is why I should just do more time lapses, because I just get distracted by absolutely everything. It's quite a good spot. I like that. I feel half of these shouldn't be commercial. This is quite a nice town centre. We'll spread it out now more as we get into these other grids. But I will actually go into a time lapse. Oh, do I want a hotel? I think that sits well. I've never seen it in green. Yellow. That's not green. Are you really that? This is a design feature. Right, let's get into a time lapse. So after that quick time lapse and also a little bit of a cut, I've done a bit of an expansion. Just cover everything I've done. It's quite a big expansion. I've just zoned in loads of residential periodically to avoid a death wave. Initially I intended to put the station here, and I realised that was just basically undoable, and it just wouldn't fit. It'd be too low, and it would be too flat, it would mess up all the grading. So I placed it out here, and that I think actually is quite a positive, because I would say it does add character. It makes the town feel more organic. Oh, they couldn't build it here because of engineering, so they had to build it out here, which isn't an ideal location. But they do have a bit of a tram connection, and it's, you know, it's also okay. It also gets more people walking around and getting the tram and all of that. I mean, look at this. This is fantastic. So yeah, we got changed the rail to high speed. Maybe this could be a new line. Actually cut the city in two. Maybe it was a divisive project. I don't know. We've got our blue line that goes from airport to Tramtown to Parkway to Super Central. Stopping there, and I'm really pleased with this. I clearly messed up the districts a little bit here. Apologies. I want it to be European suburbia. But yeah, I've also plopped in some condos and changed these to be Rico and plopped. So, a lot of commercial plopping. Let's just have a quick fly down the commercial street. Main Street, because it's meant to be slightly American inspired. So we'll call it by its American name. I think it looks really nice. I'm quite pleased with it. It's a bit tall, but to get a good enough variety of assets for a street that long, you do kind of have to go make some compromises, let's say. I would actually like to expand a little bit here, I've realised. Let's turn off road guidelines to take advantage of the space, break the grid a bit as well, because the grid's not going to work so well here. And we can even extend this out again. How far can we extend it? We'll extend it up to there and connect it with a path, because we don't want people thinking, oh, this is a good cut through, you know. Never want that kind of idea popping into our Sim's mind. Let's go 20U. And we'll go 15U. That was wrong. 15U. And fix that. Cool. That's acceptable. Do you want to connect this in? Why not? It keeps with the theme. I mean, I feel like it makes the town feel a bit more sensible, a bit more planned. And I think, don't forget about the path. You're going to forget about the path later in the episode if you don't do it now. Yep, I apologise, I know it's not that thrilling, but just the way I work, I kind of need to put the path in. That's quite smooth though, that's alright. This could do with being pulled back a little bit. That's fine. But yeah, the tram's getting good use, and I'm really quite happy with how this is looking. It's not going to require too much detailing. I think I'll just quickly keep going with our residential zoning. We've got fairly high residential demand. Ooh, a bit of lag, sorry there. Die. Actually, don't die, but what I will do is say no to this part. Yeah. No, yes to this part, okay. And remove that. And remove that. And just to get reasonable growables in here. Those who play City Skylines a lot will understand me, that's fine. we'll just it's being fairly sensible today, so I won't mess with it too much. We want to be careful not to get into the polluted area, but I also want to have a pretty decent amount of houses. Could go for some 2x2s here. I think that'll be good. Sorry, a bit of a lag. I don't know why my game lags so much. I don't run lots of assets, so it should be fine. It's a bit annoying, to be honest. We'll go by a couple of 2x2s, or I might spawn a 2x4, but I doubt it. Shove all of that, and we'll leave that to be just kind of shrubbed over because that's a bit steep. Oh, big fire. Of course, that's what I was going to do. Right, we've zoned quite a lot of residential there, so we'll pause it for a moment. And services. So, let's get our info view up. It's not your normal I pull up info view, but I'm going to do it today. And let's turn off anarchy. So I plopped a couple of parks in because they're cute and they're really nice, and so they're going to be here. I think we'll get this older looking medical clinic in here. That'll be good for the whole area probably. Maybe we'll even get a newer one up by the news station. We will also get fire. This is going to be a really nice asset to have on the main drag. Or just off it. I kind of didn't think about services when plopping the commercial. There's always something I forget to think about, but I still think it makes an imposement, and I don't know. Actually, that's probably a better spot for it in terms of accessibility to the road. They don't have to deal with that median. Right, education, police. Yes, police. I honestly just love this headquarters, but it's expensive, so we can't really be placing it everywhere. How much is this? This is cheaper. Oh, they're all kind of ugly, these police assets. This one's alright. This one's really cute though. I know, but I overuse it. We'll place it there. Could have used the intelligence agency. It's kind of cheap per week. Not worrying about cost per just placing it, because it's, I mean, look at the bank balance, it's pretty good. Right, we're going to want a couple of elementary schools over here. We'll get one in this block, actually. Just quickly dezone a bit around it, so we can do a bit of detailing. Elementary, primary, whatever you want to call it. We'll shove the other little one up here. I think that'll be a reasonable area, reasonable space. Sorry about that quick cut, if I remember to do it. We'll plop the high school, break the grid. Always good to break the grid a little bit, because this area is feeling very gridded. Plop the high school, and in terms of transport coverage, that's a bit far from it. It's not too far. We will get a bus line going up to the nature reserve up here when I build it. We'll build a little village as well. Be good fun. So yeah, we will get a bus link going up there, but I don't see it as very viable right now. So we've got done with that. Parks. It's not very covered over here. I think we could get a little Japanese garden in. Honestly, the hotel ones are really good, but I just absolutely love this asset. It's not great with the terrain, actually. If I could get this to be the same height as that. Hold on, no, this to be the same height as this, and this to be the same height as this. And then, yeah, it's the terrain. The terrain deforms this asset, which is a real shame. It is an older asset, I understand. They didn't quite perfect their asset making, but that's a lot better. That's acceptable. And actually, we're going to have to dezone that, otherwise it will mess up the terraforming again. I think the Birch Park will go nicely over here, opposite our condo. And we could get a small park over here in this area. and then I think I'll squeeze a couple of tiny parks in. This area is well served, this area isn't so much, so this one will fit in here. That's perfect. I don't mind the variety they come in. They're all great. I'm just wondering, do they all spawn in with the same thing? No? Okay, well I won't change it. I think it's all good. We've got our lovely cafe, restaurant. Let's get the modern one here. Keep the modern vibe going. It's a bit hideous though, isn't it? What about this one? Yeah, I think that one fits better with the whole style. Where did I put up my other one? Here. I overused the pizza. I overused a pizza place. We'll go for the. Oh no, this isn't a pizza place. Yeah, we'll go for that one. That's really cute. 1 minute. I think I'll go finish filling in our residential zoning. Have a talk about how it's looking, what we might need to improve. Then I'll go into the detailing time lapse. Bye for the moment. So, I think the detailing's done. Oh, done. Can you ever finish detailing? No, definitely can. Not. But it's to the point where I'm happy for outlying suburbia. This really is just big area, gives a population boost, and it looks quite nice. I'm pretty pleased with it. Obviously, we'll see more of this in the cinematics, but flying down the main street is really quite nice. If we could go a bit slower, that'd be ideal. I think we'll probably have a tram ride in the cinematics today. The station's busy. It's all good. I mean, it's never going to get that busy because the frequency of trains in this line is insane. The metro's getting well used. It doesn't look as though it's nice nestled in amongst all of these buildings with the trains going over the top. This is normal speed, but trains really fly along. I have turned down their acceleration. I want to know what it's like at normal acceleration. But yeah, it's all looking rather nice. I'm very pleased. It's quite a big suburban area. Definitely, in terms of my scaling requirements, it's pretty reasonable. Opposed to some of my other areas, which are just totally stupid, such as, oh, sorry about that jump. This one. It's just, I don't know. There's just something about it that's too small or something. It doesn't really justify a metro state. I don't really know. Point is, I can get a bit worked up over getting the scaling right. So the city centre's not really going to cover more area than this, and then the rest of the city is going to be quite large. I'm quite obsessive over this. Anyway, I'm nattering on. Let's just have a quick walk through. So along here, I don't think this really needed detailing. I know you should really detail school campuses, but I don't know, maybe it could be an office or a converted high school that's now a rave centre. I know it functions as a high school, but I just didn't really feel like detailing it, to be perfectly honest. I know that shouldn't really be how I operate, but it is, and I'm fine with it. Coming along here, we've got some commercial dotted about, and some suburbs, the trams flowing through. We've got a bike highway that's getting some use, not the best use, but it's getting use. Fair bit. It's a very long, thin section. It's got a lot of character squeezed in between these networks. Only a few blocks wide at its main point here, obviously, but you know, it's fun. It's fun. Here we've really created a little community hub, little asset fusing here. One Unicity asset and one just vanilla asset. What's that on the roof? Oh, it's a skyline. I thought it was a car. Anyway, Skytrust thingy. I don't know what Skytrust is, but it's here now and it's fantastic. But it's really nice of this area. It's like it went through some urban renewal. We've got a modern train station, a couple of taller modern assets. We've got a more modern medical centre, some more modern commercial, and a plaza. And it's all just like a new urban centre. Maybe when they decided to build this rail line, they decided to regenerate some of this area to make up for cutting through the town centre. Watch one of the trains go in. I think it's really satisfying when both trains stop there. They basically line up perfectly. It's brilliant. Slightly offset. It's perfect for a screenshot. Let's get one. I'm not good at screenshots. That's one of my main weak points, but you know, it's alright. So a lot of waterfall along the main avenue. Some older. These are technically office blocks, but I've recoded them. And they look really nice. Ignore the car parking. It looks good from above, and it looks bad from the ground. That tree should not be there. And I know, I understand people get riled up over those car parks, but honestly, how many times am I going to zoom into this exact spot and observe those car parks? I'm not. It's about the aesthetic from further out with those 4 council blocks lit. I have, ooh, a bit of a jump, sorry. Could have done with a bit more detailing, but again, it's all about balance. It's all about being reasonable with how much you're going to fit into an episode. Without further ado, because I know you're just waiting for it, let's do the cinematics. Oh, tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Next episode, nature reserve with these 3 lakes. Little village here, and if we have time, forestry. Episode after that, we're going to get onto the university. Then we're doing modern mid-century modern, vanilla level 5 assets as like mansions along the river. And I don't know what I want to do after that. I might end up doing the old town. What have I got planned for this area? This is the okay. So quite a lot of mid-century here. Could even take it to up here. This is all going to be mid-century modern. Then vanilla villas is going to be here. Then we're going to get the old town in over here. So the city centre is going to cover this area. It's going to be quite big, but I don't want it to be too tall. So yeah, next episode, park. That's for another time. Park with village, plus forestry, hopefully. Might be pushing myself a bit there. Then we'll get on to university. Oh, sorry about the jump. Mid-century modern, vanilla villas. Then we'll move into old town and that sort of lot. So looking forward to that. Yeah, we've got some abandonment, but the problems have largely cleared up. So, cheerio.